This is FDT-TV, the ASMR podcast, where we talk very softly into a microphone.
No, you're still talking too loud. You need to talk something like this, and you need to do like the mic scratching and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, but that just sounds like I'm into my ball bag.
Hello and welcome to the FDT-TV podcast with myself, Mike.
I'm Ian. Hello.
And I'm Phil. Hey.
And this is the recap show. Happy New Year to you all. No, we're a little bit late with that. We did, I think we released a video actually on New Year's Day.
Welcome to 2020.
So yes, we are now into 2020. We have had a couple of games. Unfortunately, we didn't discuss the FA Cup games in our predictions last week. But obviously we can recap it if you want, guys, for the matches that you've had. But we had so who did you guys play? I've even forgotten.
We had
West
played
Ham, Bournemouth.
Yeah, we played Bournemouth
Yep.
and smashed them to get out the relegation zone, I think.
Important points. Important win. We had
4-0.
Sheffield United
4-0.
at home. And Arsenal.
We had Man United. That was an okay game.
And then the mighty Gills put up a better showing in the FA Cup than Bournemouth did in the Premier League. And we still
Everton
smashed them, didn't we? Come on, David boys!
Done West Ham. And don't forget, we had Everton, the best chance to
yep.
beat a Liverpool team for 20 years.
At Anfield.
At Anfield.
Yeah, but you lost to Aston Villa.
Yeah, he did lose to Aston Villa. I remember.
that's
I
like
remember
under
getting quite
22.
irate about it.
And then also Arsenal are currently playing Leeds as we speak. So
And
I
they're 4-0 up! No,
I
they're
do
not.
apologise if I get a little bit distracted or the occasional fuck tag or
Yeah, we just look up mindlessly.
Because
so
he did
yes,
that anyway.
we'll get into the weekend.
Talk about the best team.
Got it. Yeah, we'll start with the West Ham game because that was the first game of the weekend.
Was?
And we'll crack on from there. Go for it.
We beat Bournemouth 4-0. Didn't see it. It wasn't on telly because no one cared. But I'm quite glad we did beat Bournemouth and we absolutely trounced them. David Moyes had been in for a day and a half at the time, and he told the players, you need to work hard, and if you work hard, the fans will get behind you, and that's exactly what happened. They put in a little bit of effort, which we hadn't seen for a while, and we come out 4-0 winners. So I appreciate Bournemouth are not once what they were, and they're having a bit of blip in form themselves, but 4-0. So
that was a Tonkin.
it was,
It's a
and what's quite
Important time to get it as well.
what's quite nice is I did say it before that West Ham fans are quite fickle, because a lot of people. Sorry, Mike's behind me, so if I go, ooh, he might go, or we go, hey. Yeah, a lot of West Ham fans were annoyed that we appointed David Moyes. Yet we've got 2 wins out of 2. We've kept 2 clean sheets, and we've scored 6 goals. So I think that's shut a lot of them up. Who was expecting him that he's rubbish, he's done nothing. He had a day and a half in a job where it was just him. He had no backroom staff. Let's put that to rights as well. We had no backroom staff, and we won 4-0. He's brought in Alan Irvine. Stuart Pearce isn't going to come along because he's got other commitments at other teams now, which is fair enough. There's some talks of Joe Cole joining him, which I think will be good.
Oh wow!
And potentially James Collins, but he's just taken up a playing role, what is considering a playing role with a League One club, and he hasn't got any coaching badges. But saying that, He's got passion. He's got drive. He knows the club. He's
Mhm.
a very good defender. He's sort of the elder statesman of the game. To bring him in and to mentor him and to get him through his coaching badges as well, I don't think would be a bad option. So that's that. Darren Randolph apparently is on his way to Chadwell Heath to finalise a deal from Middlesbrough. We sold him a few years ago. We're now going to buy him back, which I'm not particularly happy with because I didn't think he was great. But as a backup keeper. So we need somebody.
Who can catch a ball?
You mean you don't want...
Yeah. Essentially, David Moyes, as without going, Roberto's a heaping pile of horse shit. But without saying those words, has implied it in every way, shape, and form by saying we're not strong enough.
Very.
Like,
You must really rue getting rid of Adrian.
That's so political.
he wanted to go. He left on good terms. But yeah, so like in one sense I'm happy. In another sense I'm not, because we've got Nathan Trott, who I think would be a better backup keeper. But maybe for next season if we bring Randolph in on a short deal. But I can't see that happening if we're signing him for £4 million. And then we've got Joseph Ayang, who's another young keeper who I think is deserving of that spot. But yeah, that's it really. Zabaleta scored in his 75th appearance, and his smile said it all. And then Benau's come on and killed off the game against Gillingham, which they played really well in. To be fair, it was quite an entertaining game, I thought. Fredericks is injured. That's not good. But apart from that, that's about it really. That's me done. Good night.
Happy West Ham fan. A rare one.
Yeah. No, that's it. I have nothing else to add.
Yeah.
So is that just that's covering both games there very briefly on the Gillingham game? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know anything else West Ham wise.
Ian, do you think West Ham can
Brom.
carry it on?
Well, if you
This
want to know that, Phil, then what you need to do is go and watch the prediction show to find
Oh,
out
geez,
whether
seamless
I think
after
we can
this.
carry it on.
Seamless.
That's what you need to do. But in short, once you've been and watched that, come back to this moment here. I'll expand on that. I think Sheffield United have been playing as a team for longer than we have. They've been putting in the effort that's required to win games, which is why they're up the table and we're down the bottom of the table. So I think they're well drilled, and they'll have a little bit too much. I think it'll be a close game, but I just feel they'll have a little bit too much for us. Maybe the fitness levels may be a little bit better. We had a hard game, which we played a majority of first team. Haller had a stinker. Masuaku had a stinker. Yes, I just feel they've got a little bit too much for us, and I don't really know. They just Lewis Moyset is all I'm saying. He's quality. I don't know why Bournemouth let him go. He runs his heart out, and he knows where the goal is.
Start one and behind us.
Yeah.
When they beat us.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he went on a bit of a goal scoring spree after the Arsenal game. I think he scored like 2 or 3 games in a row.
Then he got injured, and now he's come back, and he's sort of fox in the box. I don't think he's scored
Good
one or
time.
2, but not a lot.
More
But
goals
yeah,
to come.
I just feel like they're going to have a little bit too much for us, and then we'll kick on after that and be more competitive in every game, which is good.
It's a good time because the bottom of the league is so close at the moment.
If we can
Mm,
string,
like a couple of wins.
I mean, I'll be happy with a draw against Sheffield United. I will admit, I'd love a win. I can't see it, but if we can string a couple of draws, a couple of wins together, confidence comes back, points come back, and before you know it, we're sitting in 9th. So that's it, really. Yeah, I've got nothing else.
It's a worried
done.
face.
I'm done. I'm done with West Ham because we're doing well, and I don't want to ruin it.
Where's Arsenal sitting on the table, Mike?
4 points above us, I think.
I don't know, but I've just seen some very dodgy passing going on just a minute ago.
No,
That's
that's
why I'm
nothing. That's nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
So
Shall we
Arsenal
talk
are on
about
27 and West
Arsenal?
Ham are on 22. So there's not
5 points.
long in it, but I think they've got a manager in who requires hard work. You can see that already. They've got nothing to worry about. They go on an FA Cup run if they don't lose now, and they'll also get competitive. I think they'll finish sort of 6th.
To be honest, I mean, we'll come on to the Arsenal game now.
Oh, fucking that was Roberto-esque.
Yeah, so we'll come on firstly to the Arsenal Man United game.
That wasn't really. It was a goal. Oh no, it wasn't. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Tease.
Yeah, so Arsenal Man United. Just whilst we're talking about Arsenal, I did say we're going chronological, but fuck it. I make the rules. I'm the presenter this week, so do one. What a fantastic game that was against United. Absolutely brilliant. What a massive difference Arteta has made in the short time period he's been at the club. I said to you boys that during his first press conference, I was very excited to hear what he what he said in that, but was a little bit dubious. Was it all lip service and all this sort of stuff? However, against Chelsea, like I said, we were absolutely outstanding for 82 minutes, and we just had nothing left in the tank, which is when Chelsea then caught us out. I still think we've got a little bit of improvement to do on the fitness, but 2-0, what a win. I was absolutely buzzing. 2 goals in the first half. The work rate was insanely good. From the goalkeeper up to the defence, the midfield, the attackers, everyone was working for each other. The pressing was phenomenal. There was always 2 or 3 players. If someone had lost the ball, or if United had the ball, there was always 2 or 3 players hunting in packs, trying to get that ball back. For me, there were 2 standout players for that game. Aubameyang was one. Torreira was another. I thought it was fantastic. Sorry, in fact, I said standout players. Literally everyone for me was a standout player.
Even Aubameyang with that completely fudged volley.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to score a goal every time you go forward. Well, ideally it would be good.
I feel like one moment might doesn't overrule the 90 minutes of effort. But I did see an interesting fact that Ozil was the player who ran the most in that game, which a lot of Arsenal fans were calling him out for not putting in the effort, but
he was. And I'll tell you what, I have heard this stat that he is often one to run a lot during the game. I think just under Arteta, I don't know what he's done with him, but you seem to see him more.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of games, he's been absolutely outstanding.
Is it because of the different formation that you're
Don't
playing?
pull that face in. I don't like it when you're pulling that face.
You don't know who I'm pulling it for, though. Do you know why I pulled it? I looked on the screen and I see you and Phil went, ooh.
The shock.
What it was.
It's when I see your eyes gaze up towards your telly and I'm like, shit.
Mike, is it now because you've got Pepe, Aubameyang, Lacazette and Ozil all playing on the pitch at the same time?
No.
Nope.
And attacking together?
I think it's because Arteta's given the likes of Ozil the belief that he is a quality player. And he is a quality player. He's got like the amount of assists he was providing when he first come to Arsenal. But I feel managers have hit him down and fans have hit him down for not putting in the effort because he doesn't produce 4 assists a game or doesn't score every game. That he's not good, and he's lost that confidence and that belief in himself. And now you've got Arteta who's brought him in. Work hard, it will come. You are quality. You've got the quality there, but he has got some quality players around him.
Well, he said
to work off.
He said in his press conference that he needs to get into the club, assess the situation, and find out exactly what the players are feeling.
Yep.
And I think this is something that he's obviously picked up from his time with Pep. But
what, that man management skill?
Yeah. Is that under Unai Emery, you could see that Ozil wasn't even in the picture. and it was only kind of towards the end of his managerial time at Arsenal, is he was like, oh fuck it, I'll just take a gamble, I'll stick him back in the team just to kind of get the fans off my back, sort of thing. But Arteta, when he's had his press conference, come in and said, I need to find out what's going on with the club. We need to kind of lift the spirits. And it's almost like he has gone round to each of the players and gone, right, I expect this from you. What is going on that you can't give me this? What can I do to make you do this, and this? And I think David Luiz summed it up perfectly last week when he had his post-match interview with BT Sport or Sky Sports, or whoever it was, and he basically turned around and said to him, "Look, we're not at the required level, fitness-wise." He said, "You can't expect us to go from a 1 to a 10 overnight," and I think that was clearly proven in the game against Chelsea. So they're probably at a 6 or 7 where they are currently now.
Yep.
And they need to be at that 10. So Arteta's gone in and he's going to have to do a lot of work, which was obviously evident by the first couple of fixtures.
Mate, I'm just looking up and doing it. I wasn't even looking at the TV that time. I was just looking at the ceiling.
Yeah, I think it's still got a long way to go, and I am very happy. I was a bit dubious, as I said, when he come into the fold. I'm convinced. I'm convinced he's going to do a brilliant job at our club.
I think he's seen though, isn't he, working under Pep, that hard work reaps rewards. Like Liverpool worked hard and got, what do you get, 99 points? And you got 97, but you got beaten by just sheer hard work, you know, and fitness levels and running and
inches.
Yeah, but if you put in the hard work, then you get the rewards. And I think where he's been brought up with that in his coaching, he's going to require it. It's a bit like David Moyes in a sense. I feel like you've got more quality about your team and more youngsters that you can go buy into that and build them straight into the first team. But if you require hard work to be in the team, otherwise get out. And I think he's going to have that same mentality. And I want to see like where you're 3-0 up, and because it will happen eventually, and you come back to draw 3-3 or you lose 4-3. That ruthless streak. How does he deal with that adversity? That's what I want to see. Like, does he go the old Ferguson and get bright red and fucking scream and shout at everyone, or is it a case of very calm and you look at them and go, someone's gonna die in that dressing room. Like, I don't know who, but someone is going to die.
I want to see a bit of both. I want to see basically what I've already seen on the touchline from him. When we played against Man United the other day, he literally from the kickoff, he was sitting in his chair, whistle blew, and he was straight out into the technical area, was looking at what was going on, calling people over, doing all these fucking hand gestures.
He's very animated, isn't he?
But that's what is great. And
pulling people around, instructing them.
But there are times when he is losing his shit, and there are times when he's like, right, come on, do this, do that, brilliant, calling them out, going, yeah, fantastic, and all this sort of stuff. And I love that.
Yeah.
Unai Emery didn't really seem to have that in his game, especially towards the end.
I think he sort of gave up, didn't he? I think
he knew his days were numbered.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly
body
what
language.
It was. With Ljungberg, I don't think he really has that in his game as well. But again, for only seeing him in charge for a few games,
I don't think he was ready.
No,
not for the first team.
But I just want to go back to a question that Phil asked me a couple of weeks ago when he said, "Is it the players or is it the management?" And I think I said at the time that the players definitely have something within them. It's just they haven't got the right management, and I think that's definitely starting to show. I mean, we went the first. I can't remember how many games we were on, like 17 or 18 games with the teams out shooting us, not necessarily outscoring us, but out shooting us, which I don't think I've seen for a long time. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the last couple of games where Arteta's been in place, we've been out shooting the opponents, which is awesome.
Oh, He's frozen.
No, it's me.
You rubber banded a little bit there. That's fine.
Hang on.
He's back.
I'll kick the hamster. Give me 2 seconds.
The robot.
Here, put 50p more in a meter. You'll be all right. But
Right.
do you not? I feel like you've hit the nail on the head there, though. The players have got it. It's the management. When you look at normal jobs, and I'm sure everyone sees it in their own job, you've got people who have a good manager who go the extra mile to make it work. They might not always be happy about it, but they go the extra mile. They put in the hard work, and they're very productive at what they do. And then you get people who get bad managers who don't want to be there. They don't want to work hard. They do the bare minimum, and they get out and go home. It's a profession at the end of the day, isn't it? So they're not gonna. If there's not morale there, there's not incentive there, then all right, I'll pick up my paycheck and go home. It's fine. I'm not forward.
Actually, they're very nice, large paychecks.
It is, yeah, but it's going to be the same mentality, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've got bad management, it's not going to work. As much as you can throw money at it. If you've got bad management, it's still not going to work. It's just going to be a very expensive error.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, people experiencing it in their day-to-day jobs or whatever. I can certainly vouch for that. I've had managers that I've worked for that I've just been like, do you know what? I'll just do the bare minimum and I'll go home. But there's managers that I've had recently where you do say to them, look, I'll stay behind an extra 15 minutes or whatever just to get this done. I'll do this, I'll do that, no problems or whatever. So
inspire and motivate.
Yep.
And they're a team leader.
So how's your just a quick one? How's your FA Cup game going? Just a quick update because I mean I won, Mark. We won it. As I say, I had nothing to do with it. I sat on the sofa and watched it. Phil watched his, I imagine, and they won theirs. So how's yours going, Mike? Give us a live update.
I don't know if I want to.
Go on, just give us a live update. Just a small snippet of information about your game.
Well, from what I can see, Leeds are playing really well.
They're going to be, I reckon, they're going to be a Premiership team next year. Emphasis on Premiership, and then they get relegated.
From what I've seen, they're giving us a game. I haven't seen much in the way of creativity for us as it stands at the moment. There's been a couple of shots from Leeds, a couple of shots from us.
And that's it. And now he's mesmerised. Oh, I just shouted. I think he just caught up.
Yeah, it seems to be going all right. We're not losing yet.
Give it a minute.
Shut up.
I like the tease.
Oh, it's not. Oh, I don't like this.
Oh yeah, so he's embroiled in his matchup.
Should we talk about some winners?
We've already talked about West Ham, Phil.
Good.
We've won two on the trot.
It's good. We're all winners this week.
England won in '66. Oh no, wait, that was West Ham as well.
That was only 3 West Ham players.
Is that? Yeah, but we still guided the team to victory.
We
were the spine of the team, mate. Spine of the team. Take out Van Dijk, Henderson, and Robert Firmino. And what have you got? A pile of shit. That's what you got.
We still beat Everton, though.
You did still beat Everton with quite a youthful side, I may add.
We still beat a very strong Everton side last night in the FA Cup with an incredible youth team goal. So there. And I've heard today.
He was so excited about it. Look at him.
There are 2 teams in Merseyside.
Everton.
Liverpool and Liverpool reserves.
How many years has he been saying that? Going, this is our year. We go, shut up, Phil, and just slap him. Just get down.
I'm still waiting for that to happen this season. It's just not happened yet.
Yeah, so it's time yet.
I just want them to lose a game.
No, I don't want them to lose a game. I want Van Dijk to get injured.
Ooh, well, Gomez was awesome.
Gomez, I like Gomez, but if Van Dijk get injured, then I think that's a lot of it. He puts out a lot of quality passes.
He does a lot.
Forward.
He's calm. He's a good little player.
You can't really call him little, being
he's
what
absolute monster.
And he's worth every penny of the 75 million we paid for him.
See, I wouldn't say that until you've actually won it, mate. Go on, you did win the Champions League. Until you've won the Premier League, mate,
So,
I'll keep your mouth shut.
You got 97 points and you still didn't win. Like, that's
exactly
like that's so. What you're saying is you're the best loser ever.
Yeah.
Or the biggest loser.
The biggest loser ever because you got 97 points and you still couldn't win.
Just unlucky. We lost last year because of inches.
Because you didn't have VAR on your team. That's why.
Oh, that's so stupid. VAR has taken away a lot from us.
Not enough.
It was a really good Vincent Company goal that destroyed us last year.
That was a belter.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely. So you've covered obviously your FA Cup game.
Let's do Sheffield. So Sheffield.
Give you a hard game.
Believe? I don't think it was. I was expecting something a lot more harder for it, but I think we controlled the game with 75% possession. They only had like 2 shots on target.
And you still only beat them 2-0.
Yeah, only 2-0, and one of those was a slip. Yeah.
So
for once that went in our favour.
You've had that's what I mean. You've had 75% possession, controlled the game. You can only beat them 2-0. We've got them on Friday.
Yes, I think they're a difficult team to break down. They're very well disciplined.
They work hard.
They work extremely hard. They've got an ethic in the team which has propelled them so well this year.
Chris Wilder, the manager, isn't he?
Yeah, Chris Wilder. Incredible guy. He's done an insane job. And it took literally a slip up and some genius to get us the goals. I think the goalkeeper did very well. Mane almost missed his opportunity. If he was a little save, then he had to follow it up to get it in there for a second goal. But I think we did well. We've now been a whole calendar year, Mike, without a loss. 1 year. And if we go to the end of the season, we'll break your record.
What record?
For the most games without a loss.
Most consecutive games.
Yeah.
Is that including the Community Shield squared though?
Premier League. How many games did Arsenal lose in that invincible year?
None.
That was a silly question, wasn't it? Just like, none. Mate, you ain't got there yet. You ain't got there yet. Not until the last whistle of the final game.
Yeah, we'll see.
Don't count your chickens before they
roost. A few hard games to come. We've still got Man City.
If you've won it, you'll slow down. If you win it with 4 games for 4 or 5 games to go,
he might put some youth team players out, but I don't know. I think he'll just go for the winning ethic.
Oh yeah, but I just feel like once you've won it, the players will be on holiday unless you're still in the Champions League. I feel like they'll go we've won. We don't need to put in 110% effort as they are now. They'll go we get away with 90 today, and that's where you come a cropper.
I think we've got to manage. I think he'll push us all the way through. I mean, when we're through in the next round of the FA Cup.
I honestly don't think you are going to go the whole season undefeated. No. I would be very, very, very surprised if that is ever done that. If anyone ever does that again. And I say that just on the basis that football has changed so much in 17 years to when we done that.
17 years.
17 years since we done the Invincible season.
I was only 10.
I don't think anyone's ever going to do that again, just because the pace of the game, the physicality of the game has increased so much, and you can have literally anyone beat anyone.
Yeah, it's a lot more. I feel it's a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Watford. We're sitting bottom of the table when everyone was going, they're going to get relegated, and now look at them 4 weeks later, and people are going, oh no, it's Watford again. They're back at the game,
scoring goals. You never know. We're getting injuries. Players are missing.
Milner went off injured, didn't he?
Yeah, Milner only lasted 9 minutes.
I think he's a key player for you. He's out injured for a long time. He's an elder statesman. He puts in the effort.
Always a hard worker.
But
penalty taker gone as well.
Yeah, but he comes on wherever. Left back, right back, centre back, midfield.
He's a utility player.
He's quality. People say he's boring, but he's quality. I feel like Man City, he didn't fit the Man City ethic or not
You
the
mean you
FA.
stole him?
Yeah,
I think Man
Like they
City
stole
I don't
Adrian.
know what they did, but they let him go. They let him go.
I feel like they thought maybe he was past it.
Yeah.
That you've got some other players coming through. They wanted to strengthen in areas,
But that midfield of Man City is insane. They're all, what, 50, 60 plus £1 million players.
Yeah.
You got a wonder kid, Phil Foden, who struggles to get into that midfield, and he would make it in virtually any other team in the Premier League.
yeah. He's one of those players like the De Rossi's and whatnot who's recently retired. That will keep he'll get to 43 and he'll still be playing, and it may not be at Premiership level, but it'll still be like Championship. It'll still be competitive. I think. I don't think he's going to disappear.
No, as long as he's got tea that fuels him, or Ribena.
Tea. I loves a cup of tea. Well, I've got a question though to put to you boys. It's not football related at all. We're doing a weight loss challenge. We're now 6 days into it. If you haven't already, go and check out that video as well. But
Yeah.
how's it going? You feeling good? You feeling bad? You feeling sore?
My legs are sore.
Your legs are
Other
sore.
parts of my body are sore from the gym and workouts I've been doing.
Forearms.
But
So
I've stayed away from the scales. I haven't looked.
you haven't.
How many times have you weighed yourself, Mike? I know you like to keep an eye on these things.
I haven't weighed myself at all this weekend, but I was doing pretty well. So I'd lost 2.2 pounds or a kilo in 3-4 days. I had a bit of a bad weekend, I'm not going to lie. So I haven't seen any damage limitation or damage control that I've got to do now.
Don't let one day ruin it.
No, but yeah, I'll be back hitting it hard again from tomorrow. Well, I start back on the diet again today, and I'll be back down the gym. I'm doing a double session tomorrow because I was cutting it a bit fine today. So double session, morning and afternoon or evening. Getting straight back on it. Told you, I'm not losing this challenge.
Well, I will say, boys, I don't want to alarm you too much, but I got on the scales yesterday, and I made sure it was on kilograms because that's what we weighed in at. And my scale said 88, and I was like, what? And then I set it to pounds, and it said 88. And then I set it to stone, and it said 88. So
you changed the batteries.
So I'm pretty sure. Well, no, someone's obviously trod on the display, one of the kids or something.
And if you look at the FA Cup table draw,
it's all 88.
88.
That's a coincidence. That is. That's not even. That's weird. But yeah, so safe to say I'm either 88 stone or 88 pounds. So I can't tell.
It's all them chocolate fingers you're eating,
mate. I can't tell you whether it's going really well or really badly because I don't know. I've not done any exercise.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to click like and subscribe. Check out our other videos, and we'll catch you soon.